Hey, this is Max. Welcome back to Mech Arena. I am currently jumping into a match with another player, and we're going to see how well two players will fare against a bunch of computer-controlled enemies. That's the key thing about this game. A lot of your enemies are actually computer-controlled. They're not real players. Despite the fact you think you're playing against players, you're actually playing against computer-controlled robots. How you can tell a computer-controlled versus, say, a real player. The real players tend to play a lot differently than the computers. They tend to cover a lot better. Okay, versus the human players usually will hunt down opponents a little better. There are different roles they play, but what I find is that the bots that you have on the team will play in two different styles, either aggressively or really cluelessly. So, but one thing they do tend to do is they tend to go after beacons. Okay, just because they fight pretty well doesn't mean they're not a bot. They're still computer controlled, and sometimes your own team is really terrible at holding beacons. Like, I'm losing my home beacon here because Wacko over here has decided to come and okay, and little Johnny there. Let's take him out, and then I will take the beacon without being able to be targeted. Okay, Psycho for you. Engaging my other teammates so I can shoot them in the back. Okay. Psycho for you's back. Hide. Okay, Wacko's over there. That's another computer-controlled opponent. The computer-controlled opponents sometimes are pretty bad at focusing on anything. They don't pay attention to you. However, when they do aim at you, they have amazingly good aim. Like right now. Even though the computer theoretically cannot target me, it is able to still get hits in nonetheless. Alright, I'm focusing on beacons because your computer teammates are not really doing anything on that end for you. Alright. I have an opponent back here. Wacko's going yet again for the beacon. Notice their teammates are going for beacons pretty hard versus our teammates who are doing nothing. Okay, so this one we had to basically kill every single mech on the other team to get the result we want, which is a nice win. Versus, you know, if your team doesn't do much other than you, you're gonna lose. Especially if the bots on your team, one can't hit anything or two doesn't do anything. So that is the nature of things. So GOD disconnected pretty early in that match, it looks like. If that's the case, I probably won't be hanging out with him again because that could have really screwed up my match if I didn't have the proper support. Fortunately, with that particular team, the bot team was actually pretty good, so I'm doing well there. So I'm going to jump in one more time. I'm going to change the weapons on this one because as good as the Missile Rack 6 is, it really needs a robot that can take some punishment to stand out in the open to fire them. So what I'm going to do is I'll put the missile, the javelins on for this one, and we'll go ahead and earn those final tokens, and then I'm done for this round. So tips on this game, based on what I can tell, a lot of bots in order to have quick battles with, with your team. In order to have no more than 30 seconds of searching for players, the game basically gives you AI opponents whenever it can't find somebody. So in this, I have 2 teams full. This is all AI, no human players here. I'm the only human player. So first thing first, watch your team. See if do they go for beacons, or are they just going to run off on a random search for death, because sometimes that's what they do. If you have a team that obviously will get beacons, and as you can see, they are getting that beacon, then that's good. Then you watch where do they go from there. If they charge right into the center and get killed, that's not so good either. Okay, so your job becomes Mr. Beacons, because while still also killing some opponents, but you're going to put pressure on the beacon for your team simply because that's what's going to happen. Without you, they may not do much. Okay. Alright, I was able to... Oh, somebody's behind me shooting me in the back. Ah! Hide! Ooh, too many opponents. Good thing this guy has lousy aim. Right. Now, that's a bad bot team. You could tell already because they couldn't hit anything. If the bots were meant to win this match, believe me, they will hit you. And they will hit you very well. So this is what I noticed about the game is it's almost like designated losers kind of deal. One team is so bad that it's laughable, and the other team is just amazingly good at everything. That's how this always seems to play out. Your hope is you end up on a team where the bots are actually doing something good and not just sitting around dying. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take out Dr. Finkler here. Goodbye, Dr. Finkler, a very commonly seen bot in many matches, and Surrender now gets to die now. I think it's time for them to surrender. So, in a way, if you're the only human player, it's actually, in some sense, good, because as long as you have a strategy of staying on top of the beacons and supporting killing off whatever opponents you can, you should be okay. Now, here's the problem. I've been in matches where my team was so bad, that the bots are so bad that they literally died off so quick that I couldn't really do much before the game ended. Where it was literally 5 bots against me at that point. There's a guy behind me that repopped, and he's going for a beacon. So you can tell I have a pretty good team here because they're actually going for stuff. Versus, that's Dr. Finkler. Let's go ahead and take Gemini out. Okay. Now, this is going to be a win because we're already far enough ahead. But notice their team does go for beacons. You have to watch your bots, because notice my team didn't really go for beacons. I spent most of the time doing it. If we kind of ignored it too much, what will happen is the opponent team will keep running for your beacons. You kill a lot of them, but you lose on beacons. Another thing, again, here's a tip. Just because the team of bots you had did well this round does not mean they're going to do well next round. And everything could get reversed when you go for the next challenge. So do not accept a rematch with them, because even if they were a great team now, when you accept their rematch request to go in again with them, you're going to get a crappy team and you're going to lose. So I'm going to take one more run and see if I get all bots. I'm going to have to spawn the MD, which is a medical bot, in 3 battles to collect one of the daily challenges, but this is going to be something I'm going to do real quick, and then I am going to call the video from there. So again, looking at these numbers, there's a possibility that there are better bots on the other team than mine, because it sure looks that way. Okay, they have higher stats, and they're probably going to kill a lot more of my guys quicker than my guys are going to kill them, and that is a problem. So my job again, beacons. Okay. Just because your guys are going for beacons doesn't mean they're going to get it. This guy has pretty good aim. See, unlike the, ooh, I need that health, I need that health. Don't run away from me. What are you doing? Give me health. That's where the medical bot's really helpful. Oh, uh-oh. I made a mistake. I made a mistake. I thought my little health bot buddy here was going to hold his own, but apparently not. And we're losing another beacon too. So let's go ahead and get up there and help out. Ooh, that's a big boy. Alright, now that we have teammates here, that'll help. Notice the other team is actually using their special in a smart way, unlike my team, who's just running in there and getting shot up. So I'm going to have to try to heal them up a little bit. Alright, in the meantime, we're losing another one of our beacons. This is terrible. This bot team really sucks. And notice my guy here, Danger Doodle, does not seem to be able to hit anything, and has yet to kill a guy who's half dead. Welcome to Crappy Bot Team. Let's kill Scarface, and let's move to the next beacon. So my whole team is busy hanging out at the center getting killed, instead of doing what they're supposed to be doing, which is getting beacons. They're kind of throwing me to the wolves by doing nothing important. Right. Fortunately, or unfortunately, I have bots coming. I gotta move. Oh man, Laser Man's pretty accurate here. And instead of protecting the beacon, Danger Doodle runs off. And because my weapons are not that great, I am unable to kill him quickly. Okay. Laser guy. Big guy. Get him away from my beacon while he chases me. Oh no.
There is 1 minute left.
Uh-oh. Need to get him. Alright, we're gonna win this because we're ahead on beacons, but we're short on people. So I really need to not die here. Or my guy needs to not die. Okay. Now they're catching up because they have 4 beacons. So I'm gonna lose this anyway. Even though I tried my best here. So this is how bad my team sucked. They couldn't kill anything. They got themselves botted out. Now I spawned this guy, which isn't that helpful in doing damage. So I guess it's not totally my team's fault. But this is where your team could just be a really sucky team of AI that's clueless, can't hold beacons, can't defend themselves. Notice how much damage the other team did versus my team doing very little. And Danger Doodle here did absolutely nothing. He was just walking around going doo-doo-doo. So when you have a bot team like this, you're basically on the designated loser team. And I noticed this pattern with this game where you'll either be on a designated winner team or you're on a designated loser team. And you can sometimes salvage it if you play really hard and focus on beacons and try to do enough damage to kind of balance the scales. But it's hard when your own teammates all die off and you're left by yourself. So it's kind of a rough situation to be in. In any case, that is the situation with these bots and bot teams. Now, usually, if you played against a player recently in a battle, it'll pop up on your recommended. And Smoking Blunts apparently is a actual human player. I don't remember which match I had him in, but the point is, if there is one good human player on the other team and they have the stronger bots, your chance of winning becomes very, very little. So that is the most recent matches in Mech Arena and some of my observations and kind of things that I noticed about the game. Do I like the game? I love it. I'm heavily hooked into it and I'm enjoying myself. But knowing my teammates suck because their AI makes my life actually easier. I get less upset because I know they're designed to suck. A human player that really plays poorly probably will upset me more versus the AI doing their thing because they follow certain patterns. All right, so let me know what you think. Again, I think this game is well designed and is fun. If you're into this kind of mech combat type games like War Robots and this, I would say this is definitely a good option to look into. If you have any comments, feel free to make them. If you like the video, leave a like. If you like this kind of videos, whether it's CSR2 or this one, and you want to get notifications when I put up new ones, subscribe and get the notifications. And as always, thank you for watching my videos. I'll catch you next time.